Okay, David, so where are we heading today?
Well, we're VFR pilots. We're going to do something after the check ride. We're going to fly into Philadelphia International Airport, Class B airport. And my taste buds are getting warmed up. We're going to have for lunch.
Cheesesteak, of course.
That's right. Pat's cheesesteak for lunch. And we're going to make like Rocky and run up the steps to the museum. And we're going to also see the Liberty Bell in Independence Hall.
Sounds good. You ready? You all ready, pre-flighted, ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
Three 206 Echo, runway 30, clear for takeoff on the go, right turn to the east approved.
It's only around an hour flight from Frederick Municipal Airport to Philadelphia International. It's a straightforward shot with no complex airspace. Until you get to Philly, that is. Neither of us have flown into a Class Bravo airport before, so we prepped beforehand as much as possible. We studied the airspace, runway layout, and practiced flying to the airport in a 1G simulator. On the actual flight, despite our pre-planning, we're surprised by a pop-up NOTAM at the airport.
So Josh, you just checked the runways at Philadelphia and noticed that they're almost all closed right now.
Yeah, it looks like
0457.
runway, the only runway that's open right now is 9 right and 9 left, which, or 9 right and 27 left, which are the big airliner runways. So I don't know if they're going to let us in or not.
I doubt it.
The Philadelphia approach controllers keep us way to the south for at least 20 minutes before finally...
Skyhawk 06 Echo, turn left heading 360.
Turn 360, Skyhawk 3206 Echo.
We're vectored to land on runway 27 left. We admire the skyline during a much faster approach than normal.
If you could just keep your best forward speed as long as practical there's traffic behind you.
06 Echo, best forward speed.
David slows down and he's, well, a little too eager for cheesesteak, so he sets the airplane down a little early before the threshold.
It is, man. Class Bravo landing, baby!
The tower controllers are super helpful and give us a progressive taxi behind a Learjet on our way to park at Atlantic Aviation.
Flight was good. It was interesting, Josh. You know, while we were in the air, several of the runways closed down. Fortunately, you checked it for us. We ended up landing on 27 left. We got clearance pretty far out and mixing up with the big boys. This Cessna was going 133 knots on final, and we slowed it down right before the end of the runway, put 1 notch of flaps in, got over the threshold, 2 notches, and there's a pretty brisk breeze coming in, as you can see, blowing my hair. But all in all, it was great. The controller here at Philly International was really helpful. Kept us with him while we're on the ground and gave us progressive taxi instructions that could not have gone smoother.
The staff at Atlantic is super helpful, but if you want to fly to Philly in a G airplane, expect to pay some fees and a pretty high cost for avgas. It's a good idea to call ahead and ask how much it will cost to fly in. We were planning to rent a car for the day, but we opted for Ubers to save time looking for parking. First stop, Pat's King of Steaks.
There you go, buddy. Yeah, there's no easy way of doing this. I'm just going to go all in. You ready? Oh my God.
After Pat's, we grab another Uber, and we're on our way to the Liberty Bell.
Well, I'm fixing to take a nap after that cheesesteak, but actually what we're going to do, we're going to take in some history. We're near Independence Hall. We're going to take a look at that and the Liberty Bell, get culture. The Liberty Bell was great. It sent shivers up my spine to see that. You know, it's the bastion of freedom. And there were a lot of folks in there looking at the Liberty Bell, and you know, that crack actually comes to life when you look at it. The textures of the bell, it was really unique. I enjoyed it. Now we're here in front of Independence Hall, which is right behind me over my shoulder, and we're going to take a peek at Congress Hall in just a minute.
Congress Hall, as the name suggests, was home to the U.S. Congress when Philadelphia served as the temporary capital of the United States. Presidents Washington and Adams were both inaugurated in this building. It's getting late in the day, so we hit the road on our way to the last stop on our journey. David wants to live out his inner Rocky.
We're at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and we had our cheesesteaks. Now we're going to work them off. We're going to run up these steps like Sylvester Stallone did in Rocky. And we don't have to sprint down the waterfront like he did, but we could do a little sprint up the steps here and jubilate. Thousands of people come to the spot every day and do the same thing. Why not?
Okay, David, ready, set, go.
Let's go.
Okay, so we had a super fun day here in Philly. I feel like this is we had some experiences today that we would not have been able to do if we drove all the way here. So it was super fun flying, and then lots of cool, historic sites and other fun things. David, do you have any other thoughts about the trip?
Philadelphia is a great historical city, Josh, that we owe it to ourselves to come visit. Think about liberty, think about freedom, think about the freedom to fly and what aviation can do for you. Don't forget, you can fly into a Class B airport even if you're a VFR pilot, proper planning.